Monday, July 2nd. About to start painting the porch. Prepped it, primed it, put the white stuff down yesterday. So I'll do that in a little bit. And her cooking right now. What I get done? Make barbecue chicken, macaroni and cheese, collard greens, sweet potatoes. Probably make some cornbread. I don't know. I felt like it. I felt like, I guess, going traditional today. Shall we say? Also got some trout in there. Alright, so affirmative action. Roe versus Wade. No student loan forgiveness. I mean, once my president told me that I ain't have to pay student loans no more, I'm not paying student loans no more. It was up to the 20,000. I only need 14, so whatever. I got a couple more years at my job to do the cancellation of the loans or whatever. So yeah, it was already a wash for me. I wasn't paying them shits anyway. Affirmative action. So now, you going to school or whatever. It can't be because we got 25 white people and we need at least 1 or 2 black people that now you might get in. So that's like what people think affirmative action is, or like what it started out to be. But in 2023, it's not that. It's allowing women to go to school. It's allowing other ethnicities aside from African American to go to school. So Hispanic, Asian, Russian, whatever. It's allowing you all to now go to school as well. Anybody that is not a white Anglo-Saxon male, it's affording you, opportunities to educate yourself. I think that, so I had made a statement the other day and it was like, alright, so we were slaves. If we're talking about traditional slavery, 400 years, so I guess we'll say 1865 is when we were like free. But then we had to wait for like Juneteenth, and then the rest of the people were free. Let me speak on that Juneteenth. I honestly don't know how I'm supposed to feel about Juneteenth, because in a way it's like a day of mourning. Everything that happened pre-Juneteenth, you were enslaved. It wasn't like you was making a little bit of money working or whatever. No, like you was a slave, being forced to do things that you may or may not wanted to do, not getting paid for it, getting beat, chastised, scolded, talked down upon, like anything. And if you stepped out of line, potentially you would be killed. It's not, if I stepped out of line, I'm getting kicked out of school, I'm on punishment. No, you may have been killed. And so for me, when I say I don't know what I'm supposed to do on Juneteenth, because how can one country operate with 2 different independence days? It's not like Africa or Europe, where you have Great Britain and like France and Italy different countries. So they all might have different independence days. Cool. But in the United States of America, it's one country. There only can be one Independence Day. So I'm just saying, I think it's this Juneteenth is it. You can't say that you was living in the land of the free when everybody wasn't free. You know. So yeah. So that. But whatever. So we were enslaved for 400 years, 400 plus years, and then we were like free. But during that time of now we're free, we only know to be a slave. Like, we don't know anything else to do. We know how to cook. We know how to clean. We know how to grow crops. We tend to the land. We knew how to do all those things because that's what we were doing as slaves. And I think that now we're free. But oh boy, and they didn't ever have to do this work. So now, who's doing this work? You. People who knew how to do it, slaves. So now what is indentured servants? Because again, we only know to be a slave. We didn't know anything else. Yeah. So now during slavery, during post-slavery, now we're individuals who had slaves. Now they don't got no slaves. Now they got to figure out what to do with this land and all this kind of stuff. So they didn't want you to have certain liberties because no, they still needed you to do these things. If we look at the civil rights movement, most jobs of women were like caretakers, or or watching kids, or the nanny. Y'all remember that movie, The Help? That was legit, like, people jobs or whatever. Yes, you had women who did other things, but when you look at the masses, to the African American female, that was her job, the caretaker. So now we were free, then like indentured servants, then now we're working, but we never need what our counterparts were making. So now we have the civil rights movement, and what happens? Not everybody was sticking together, but for the most part, every African American was sticking together during these civil rights movements, these riots and all like that. Granted, they were basically in the South because the South was just so much different than the North, which is kind of how it is now. But the South was really still operating under a, granted, where everything is equal now, but we're really operating out of separate but equal. Like, we're still really operating that way. Some people say that it was good, some people say that it was bad. My grandma was a firm believer that we should have stayed separate but equal, and that's just how I was raised. So now they kill King, they kill Malcolm, they kill Medgar Evers, they kill JFK in the span of a few years. Because they're all fighting for civil rights. They're all fighting for us to be free, right? So now we're free. Now we can go to school. Now we integrated. Now we doing all this, but we don't have anybody to lead us. Our leaders, they have taken them from us. So we gotta assimilate. That's what happened. We assimilated. We started acting like white people. Oh, we gotta go move out here. We gotta get the nice gowns. We gotta get the nice threads because this is what they had. Instead of Yo, we gotta tend the land. We gotta know how to grow our food. We gotta know how to cook. We gotta know how to do these things. I think that we've gotten away from that, but a sense of community, we've gotten away from it because they've taken our leaders. We don't have like a leader, you know. It's wow, but we don't. You think that it would be more easier, considering social media today, to have leaders, but I don't know. I think that we are now more divided than ever in the year 2023 than we were in the 60s. Divided amongst white people, all the communities, everybody is living in their little separate pockets. And give or take, we're only about 60 years removed, and in 60 years, me being here for 39, but I can say that I remember back, my earliest, like, true memory of, like, life and living is probably, we just gonna go back 10, 9, probably like 8. So now we have a 30-year span, and I can say that, oh, it is night and day in the black community, how it was 30 years ago to how it is now. I think that this affirmative action thing, I mean, are we really, I mean, honestly, if we're being very honest, are we truly promoting going to college?